everybody? Welcome back to the episode of Smart Minds, Good Times. Today I have a very special guest, Shiver. Bruce, say what's up.
Yeah, you already know it's Shiver, Bruce, Shiver, not Shiver. You already know.
Shiver, not Shiver. Appreciate you for coming on tonight. So you were telling me earlier about how you grew up and you were in the military. You were going through different areas. Born in Georgia, moved to New Orleans, and bounced around to different states and countries. So can you tell me a little bit about like life growing up and how everything was for you? How did you adapt to your situation?
You pretty much got the summary pretty much right. I mean, I'm a military brat. Both of my parents served in the military. I'm from New Orleans. So I claim Richmond as well. I was born in Georgia. Parents served 22 years in the Army apiece. Mother accountant, father artillery. They met in Korea while serving. Conceived me, gave birth to me in Georgia. I've lived in New York, New Orleans, Georgia, Virginia,
Germany,
yeah. Kansas, South Carolina, Florida, Texas.
I'm just curious, how many schools did you go to?
Elementary, Germany, New Orleans, Kansas, Texas, Florida. Well, Florida might have been a summer, so that might not count.
Okay.
Virginia, probably like 5 different states worth of schools, but maybe altogether, maybe like 8 or 9 schools.
8 or 9 schools. That's a lot of schools. Was it like hard saying okay bye to these friends and making friends again and repeat the process, or were you used to it?
I mean, by then, I think that was probably the icing on the cake, but I was kind of used to it already.
Okay.
And
out of all those places you lived, which one was like really like stuck to you? Which one was like maybe one of your most favorite or most memorable places to live?
Virginia.
And how long you lived here?
Maybe like 2007.
2007. Okay, so it's 15 years about, give or take?
Yeah.
16? So you said you lived in Germany. Was that the only country abroad that you lived in?
Mm-hmm.
How was Germany life like?
Man, I was too young to remember anything outside of the traumas that may have occurred out there.
Okay.
Outside of the, things I probably don't want to talk about this interview. Besides those things, I was too young. I just know there were people who spoke English on the military base.
Okay.
Outside of that, not really.
And what's like maybe like a childhood story you have, something that like it could happen like in Germany, here in Virginia, different states, something that really stuck to you? Could be a funny moment or just a moment that opened up your eyes, anything.
You know what? Well, you said childhood. I was about to say, something funny that opened my eyes? AT&T crashing today.
Oh, were you affected by it?
And Verizon.
Well, did you have AT&T?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, so your phone was dead?
No, yeah, for sure. No, because of the Wi-Fi situation.
Oh, okay.
And I have multiple carriers, so one go out, I could use the hotspot of the other one.
Yeah.
Never go off the grid. I don't know. But that was funny. Childhood.
Maybe like a story you got, one that you just always comes to your head. One that you could talk about at the bonfire, at the bar.
A lot of people who watch me on these podcasts like me for content creation and music, so I'll give a little story, if you will.
Okay.
When I first got to Richmond, that's a lie. I was about to lie already. When I first got to the East End, 'cause when I first got to Richmond, I came in through Chesterfield. Like, I call it Chesterfield. Some people call it Southside, but where I was, I call it Chesterfield.
Okay.
Because it won't close enough to Richmond to be Southside to me. When I got to the East End, there was a young man who I'll leave anonymous for the sake of the conversation. Really well-respected young man. He had a gift for rapping. And short story shorter, I admired his skill. At that point, I've been producing since the year 2000.
Okay.
So, like, making beats, DJing, sound engineering since the year 2000.
May I ask, how old are you?
I am infinite.
Infinite?
Yeah.
Can I take a guess?
Go for it.
36.
Damn.
Is that
I am not a brick, no.
Too old, too young?
Too old.
Man, this is the first time I overshoot it.
Yeah. Hey, I take it as a compliment.
You know what? I think it's because you said you've been producing since 2000. I think that's what threw me off.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep guessing for the rest of the podcast. I'll tell you when you get it. But you're cold.
Oh, damn.
So short story short, I got him to pull up after school one day, and he pull up. We sitting in the my studio space, bedroom studio. We're in high school.
Yeah.
Bedroom studio, and I don't remember what we were talking about, but we were just bonding, having a guy to guy. I don't remember who else was in the room, but short story short, while we were talking, I was producing the beat that he was going to eventually rap on.
Yeah.
Without me hearing it. So while we were talking, I just randomly pressed play on everything I was just making in front of him without pressing play. And I kind of gave him the spiel that I was making a beat while. Man, he ripped that shit. Classic little moment.
So, so you said that's in high school. So were you in high school, you known as like the guy that like everybody would come to, to like make some music and stuff?
In some circles, yeah. Not necessarily the whole city, but inside the little niche community I was in for sure, yeah.
What high school did you graduate from?
Verona.
Okay. Like in high school, like what type of person were you? What type of student were you? Were you the scholar, the troublemaker? Like what were you known for? Were you the popular kid? Were you the athlete?
I don't know. I feel like I was like a hybrid of everything you just said. Pretty smart. Anything that sparks my intrigue, I'll apply myself to. Don't really care to have too much attention.
Yep.
But when I do have it, I'm gonna make the most of it. I don't know, kind of hybrid.
That's good. What about like right after high school? You just graduated. What were your thought process? Were you going straight to working a job? Did you go to college? What was your mentality at the time?
Combination. So senior year, I had a job working at a middle school. So I'll do half the day at this school and then the other half work. By the time I graduate, just kept working.
Yeah.
Did some VCU classes, JSARS, I just graduated enrichment.
Yeah.
Stimulus package. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
You told me earlier you pursued a couple of you have different titles, different endeavors. Told me you're an architect. You pursued comedy. You have a podcast as well.
Let me say something about that.
The Shiver Bruce podcast, correct?
Yeah, funny enough. So I'm coming back. Coming back. Because we're celebrating 5 years this year, technically.
Okay.
But I've been on a long hiatus working on everything else, sort of like you just mentioned. Yes. The podcast is coming back. I host a number of shows. I do 3D modeling, so I could turn you into a doll, if you will.
What the fuck?
I could throw you in a video game.
Really?
I could, yeah. I know I do a number of things. We write scripts. I have a team. We can get into the things with my businesses and stuff as the conversation goes. But yeah, I do a number of things.
So, you were telling me your parent company, the Shiver Bruce company. When did you found that?
I believe it was December 2022.
Okay, what was like your inspiration about starting it? Did you use that parent company to open up? Is it United Universe Unlimited? So
United
Universe Limited. Okay.
Okay, so the Shiver Bruce company, when I established it, I just got tired of my own excuses. I really wanted. I knew what I wanted my business to be, in theory. I just didn't want my name to be in the business.
Okay. When
I made the LLC, it was me just getting over myself, just establish the business.
Yeah.
Come up with a name later. And that's where we get into United Universe Unlimited. It's essentially a production company, but it's really a media company. Okay. So we're specializing in art, film, merchandising, and I don't know how to explain it without over-explaining it, but I'll try.
Yeah.
If and when, say I sign you.
Yeah.
You get the things, the perks that come with signing to somebody, pay, gifts, but more so a setup to be able to build a brand, sort of like we explained off camera.
Yeah.
Where, say you're a podcaster or just an influencer. We take what you already do and scale it, basically.
Okay.
Merch, events, I have the nonprofit. There's a lot of things that are going on. So yeah.
You know, so like, let's just say, so if I came up to you, or I don't know, somebody else came up, let's just say, somebody else that came up to you, hey, Shiver, I need help with this. Let's just say, I don't know, like anything, so they can help come to you for anything media wise, anything entertainment wise.
For the most part, and to be clear, it's not just me. So I have people who are skilled in a magnitude of fields, from comedians to recording artists, producers, sound engineers. We got sound effects specialists. We got visual effects specialists, makeup artists. We got different venues from New York to Miami, Atlanta to LA. We have a network that we're building over time.
Okay.
And when you come to me, I'm not necessarily gatekeeping anything in particular. So like showerbruce.com, you can go and look up some of these people in this network. And yeah, we're trying to snatch down the curtain. You know, I've worked in front of the curtain, I worked behind the curtain, and I've held the curtain. So I'm trying to like bridge the gap for everybody, where children don't have to necessarily just aspire to be something and nobody believes it's a possibility.
Yeah.
We're, again, cracking that fourth wall. We're cracking the screen on the TV, pulling you in, you know?
Yeah.
Your best friend might end up in a movie, you know?
So, I mean, it's always good to build you know, you got that foundation of different people. So, like, somebody needs help in this area. Hey, I might know somebody close to that area. And in different sectors, I guess. So, you need to help some podcasters. You know how to do it, some actors. You also told me, actually, that's something you told me earlier. So, you said you were an actor as well?
Yeah, so we have films that are prepared. I'm going to tell you about some of them off camera.
All
but
right.
we have some things planned for 2024 and 2025 already. We have actors. We're doing things in the romantic comedy genre, suspense. We have a lot of horror coming.
Okay.
It's multiple directors. I'm working with multiple content creation houses. Yeah, and we're starting off majority short films, to be honest with you. So I don't want to name drop certain businesses just until certain things are inked. Like I said off camera, I'm gonna spend a block on this conversation.
Yeah.
So we could dive deeper into those conversations. But yeah, we have film coming, a lot of beautiful things.
So would that be your first films, or was there previous films that were recorded before?
It'll be the first.
Okay, so what is that something that you're like producing as well, or you're gonna be solely an actor?
So mostly production. I'm gonna be behind the camera. There are some things in the lineup that I do plan to do to be in front of the camera, but that's in time.
You know, when you told me earlier you're an executive producer, so you told me you produce music and you've been doing it since the year 2000. I remember when Kay Stacks came on here. I think that same day when she came on here, she said she was coming from the studio with you. So who are some other artists that you produce for here in the city?
I hate name dropping. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, and that's completely fine.
You're
no,
fine.
yeah.
Shout out to K Stacks too. She's a phenomenal artist. Beautiful future ahead of her. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've made beats. Pretty much anybody you can think of in your head, I've sent them beats.
Okay.
Now who's released stuff? I'm gonna bite my tongue on it because there's certain things coming that I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, step on. But again, behind this, like you said, there are some people who you might know.
Yeah, I mean that's completely fine. And I mean, that wasn't like meant to put you on the spot or nothing.
No, you're fine. No, I mean, again, I've sent a lot of things to a lot of people.
Yeah,
some things are guaranteed to come, and even then, until it's out, I really don't want to speak on it. Like I have a song that's like beyond fire. That I'm not gonna say a song. I have a catalog of songs that are coming in these next few weeks. One of them with K Stacks.
Okay. Is that her song? Is that you on the song with her? Or?
You will see.
Okay, we will see. Okay, that's a surprise. We'll see.
You will see G Sambo as well.
Oh, right.
We got something coming too as well. For real, anybody who has the gift and a business mindset,
you work with them.
Pretty much, you know.
Okay.
I'm trying to flood the streets with my beats, but I'm also trying to put these vocals on it too, you know. So
producing wise, what do you think separates you from other producers?
And that's another one I'm going to wait till next time, because some things I'm doing, I can't even explain or say, because then I'll be giving the sauce away.
All right.
I give the sauce away too soon. I'm gonna just say this: the project that I'm releasing, there's probably like 4, maybe 5 traditional songs in the context in which you're used to hearing music.
Okay.
You press play on a song, song start, song play, song end, song over.
Uh-huh.
That is not this.
Oh, is it gonna be like one song plays, it leads right into another song, kind of like a Metro Boomin and 21 Savage type?
Bigger.
Okay, so it's gonna have like almost like a puzzle.
I could talk about it off camera. I love your audience. I cannot get us off away.
All right. That's fair.
Different. It's different. Basically, we're bringing the music and the film together in a way that nobody has done yet.
Okay, that's different. You know, that's a good thing though, because you gotta think outside the box in order to stand out.
I'm gonna just put it like this: I got 9 tracks coming that I feel like nobody want to see me in anything in comparison, like verses, whatever you want to call it. Only thing that could probably come close, call me big headed, is Illmatic, and even that, respectfully, not even a fair battle. I'm standing on how I feel. I got 9 tracks that are over an hour. 9 tracks over an hour.
Wait, 9 tracks.
I'm gonna digress from there.
9 songs that are over an hour long?
This project, I promise you, I dropped the EP last year. I got the tape. Coming this year, I'm going to digress.
Wait,
let
me just make sure I heard you right. So it's 9 songs and each song is over an hour long?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have 9 songs collectively.
Oh, okay,
that when you
that
play
makes
these
sense.
9 songs,
that'll be an hour.
They're over an hour.
Okay, that makes more sense. For a second, I was like, that's
and there's
impressive.
maybe like 3 songs in there that are just like 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes.
Okay.
Everything else is like 10 minutes plus.
Okay, what's kind of like the inspiration behind that like collective album, different songs together? Is there like a theme?
Me being an executive producer. So I host a number of shows, right? I host Conversations with Shiver, which is me and the guest on camera.
You said naked, right?
We're going to get there.
All right.
We're going to get there. Conversations is me and the guest on camera. Interviews is just the guest on camera.
Okay.
The podcast is mainly audio only, but it's about to be video. And that could be a limited amount of people, but it could be just me. Naked, it's a show. But to me, I don't want to spoil that either, but basically it's like a number of people who are influencers and are influencers based off of their beauty, if you will.
Okay.
And they're interviewed almost naked. They're not naked, but they're basically naked. I can name drop some of these people. I know your fans know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But there are some young ladies and young gentlemen who profit off of their looks, and they get on camera and just talk about their truths.
Do you interview them, or do you have like somebody?
So it's, you familiar with what's that one channel? I don't remember the name of that channel, but it's basically no interviewer. It's just a question pops up, and then the series, it's like,
it's like V-Lad?
It's set up like a mini series where it might be like 5 episodes.
Okay.
All these people are interviewed within like a 48-hour time span.
Okay.
And they're asked the same questions. So when the question pop up on the screen, you see everybody's answers kind of intermingled.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Okay, so it's something like around that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
So Music Therapy was one of the other shows that influenced the way this album is designed. I look at myself as a whole, man. I get emotional, I get upset, I be very happy, bubbly, all that fun stuff, but I'm not just one thing all the time, copy and paste, so this project kind of embodies that, but it also incorporates my 20 years of production skills, 20 years of mixing and mastering, and 20 years of being a DJ, where you press play on this one song, the title alone gives you a mood by looking at the title, but then when you press play, you're brought into this little universe that I don't want to spoil it, but this is the closest I'm gonna get to spoiling it. Say you did drill music,
okay,
for 3 years straight. All you did was drill music. All you made was drill songs. At the end of that 3 years, you took the best of those drill songs and made a show mix. Like you would go on stage and perform and do these in that order. That's basically what each song is per subgenre of music I've done.
Okay.
Basically. So I got a whole R&B track that's like 10 minutes of the best of me in the R&B realm.
Okay.
Just reinterpolated and reimagined, and same thing for drill, same thing for Afrobeat. And it's a mood. You press play, the first song start going, it don't end till like 11 minutes in.
Okay.
And then track 2 starts. But I'm going to digress.
Okay. So, how that sounds like you got the album like all figured out from start to scratch. Like, How long have that been in the works?
I mean, to be fair, the oldest song on this project was 2016.
Okay, so it's almost like a. Could you say like a collection of your eras?
Yes,
Okay, that makes sense.
some of them. There are things from before this that are coming out, but yeah.
Okay, you know, you remember the first ever song that you recorded and maybe you produced it yourself? Do you remember that?
So I don't remember the name of the beat, but I could call my brother. So when I was 9, my brother wrote my first verse.
Yeah.
This story has been said a million times, so I'm not going to drag that story. But rest in peace, Barry Blackwell. He inspired my brother to get into the rapping thing, and my brother ended up, writing my first verse. When he put that verse on paper and I saw it on composition notebook paper and saw the science behind rhyme word here, bar, blah, 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 it triggered something in me. Nobody's written for me since I was 9. Then, I'm timeless now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I still know that verse. I would never say it.
You still know it. Is it bad?
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, I'll never say it though.
Okay. Okay. You told me earlier I could take a guess again. So let me take a guess. 28.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. All right. I'm gonna hit you with a question. Right there. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
So just randomize. See what you want to pick out.
No hints on the colors. The colors don't mean anything.
Nah, the colors actually don't mean anything. I just didn't want all of them to be the same color. So
anything goes in this. Anything goes.
oh,
Ain't no telling.
it really is random. It could be anything, to be honest. I would say the ones that look less folded are the ones that haven't been picked as often. So
They all look fairly folded.
Yeah.
They
So
look like
let's
they
see.
got some decent folding going on. Hold on.
let's see. Hey, my handwriting is bad, so my
Well, you're
bad.
fine. Which of the 5 senses would you get rid of and why? I got a controversial one.
Okay,
You want to go first?
You know what? I'm actually not sure. I think I would take away. Touch is a sense, right? I feel like that's the least useless one. The most useless. Yeah, the most useless. I think so.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right? Because I mean, I could.
I mean, in the most respectful way,
Yeah.
it has its purpose, right?
Uh
If I got shot, I would like to know that,
huh.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
right? But in the same breath, if people couldn't feel,
Yeah,
we would be so much more productive.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
No pain, no worry.
I don't.
And then you don't have to worry about touching somebody. Ain't no feeling to feel.
Yeah.
Be less kids.
Now that I think about it, that's true though. So I could punch somebody and they won't even feel it, right?
I mean,
is that how that works? No, right?
touch.
No,
So,
I mean, no. I think now I think.
use your questions. So.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. Like, if I touch a stove, I don't think I'd feel it. I'm not sure,
Right. Let's touch.
but like, cause I wouldn't want to be blind or deaf.
No.
Cause I think one thing I think about, like, how do blind people really get their way around? And like, people that put up what is it called, the
Braille.
the braille? Yeah. This is my thing though. How do blind people find the braille?
Fair. I mean,
You're out in public. Okay, you can read braille, but how do you get to the braille?
I mean, it's not that complicated once you really have to do it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not an expert on being blind.
Okay.
Start there. But again, I would get rid of touch. I would get touch up out of here. Because we need to be able to smell. Because I ain't putting nothing in my mouth I can't smell.
Uh-huh.
Need to be able to taste. Because, I guess. Taste is a good runner-up. But touch got to go. Because if touch is gone.
Yeah. I forgot about taste. It's eyesight. It's see, touch, smell, hear.
You want to hear something funny?
Huh.
Conspiracy theory.
No, I'm good. I love conspiracy theories.
If I'm not big on conspiracy theories.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's funny to me.
Okay.
If we get rid of touch,
Yeah.
let me back up. There was a day where men were the more desirable gender. Is that the word?
I mean,
Right?
yeah.
These days it's kind of reversed, where the women are the more like more. I don't know how to articulate what I'm thinking. But short story shorter, if we got rid of touch, it would flip back. Short story shorter, because most women are getting our attention based off how they look, which makes us want to touch them.
Yeah.
If we didn't have the point of, I'm gonna let it go.
So would you say would it cancel out?
More than likely.
Okay,
I'm assuming. I don't know. That was your question.
So you said you were a comedian as well. Did you do stand-up comedy?
Man, I've done comedy one time. I ain't gonna lie
One
to you.
time, okay.
Literally one time. Somebody who does comedy said, I'm a comedian. I'm gonna let them have it. So I'm here with you now.
Okay, you know what?
And I plan on spinning the block in a huge way.
Okay.
The podcast that I'm doing is going to be a live version of it. And I'm on there with comedians who are through and through. So if I'm not off of one stand-up, cool. Give me time, because I'm on stage, I'm in front of people, and I'm growing over time. If you gotta write one verse and record it and be a rapper, I got on stage, told jokes, and somebody laughed. So I'm a fucking comedian.
Okay, you know what? That's fair enough. Fair enough. You do a lot of different things, right? Which out of everything you do, what takes the most time out of your day, your schedule, your week?
Being a father.
Being a father. You say you have 3, right? 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
What how old how old is your oldest?
Timeless. He timeless.
Timeless. Okay, so,
He's timeless. Because if I give that away, that's gonna give my age away.
Okay. So how has life changed for you? Maybe your perspective on life since becoming a father.
That's a great question. I've always looked at myself as selfless.
Okay.
I've always felt like a big brother or a father figure. I never joined a gang. Some people call cap on it, but it's the truth. Some people say the army is a gang. That's their politics, but goddamn, I don't know. I don't think it really. It makes me feel more present.
Okay.
It makes me feel like I got something outside of myself to live for.
Yeah.
You know, when you're young and you have your passions be your baby.
Yeah.
You know? But then when you have a baby, you got more reason to do those passions because you got somebody to feed. You got somebody to make sure has clothes on their back.
Their life depends on your actions. They depend on you. So I mean that you're living for a bigger purpose. Actually, that's kind of a question I throw away your age too. But I wanted to ask you how young you were when you had kids.
23.
23. So I mean that's a fairly good age to have kids. It's not like old. It's not like too young because I know some people that have had kids at 18. 23 is fairly young, but it's fairly reasonable as well.
Yeah, you should be mature enough by then.
Yeah, and some people even at that, even if they're older, shouldn't have kids because they're not mature enough. Yeah. But living here in Richmond, like, what are some things that you like and dislike about Richmond? Because if you've been to different places, lived in different states, countries, what do you think about Richmond stands out to you?
I'm gonna get my dislikes out the way first.
Okay,
and my dislikes are not geographical as much as I'm gonna just get into it. Look,
all right.
So here's one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm exhausted with people who are not from here with so much to say. Okay, I'm from here as far as the people here are concerned. I've been here long enough that the people here vouch that I'm from here. I have 804 tatted just as big as 504 on my body. Get that out the way. Now, most people who hate on Richmond, I'm not even going to I'm not going to ponder on how much. The thing that bothers me about Richmond is people who hate on Richmond, because I'm gonna digress on that. That's the pet peeve. Now, as far as what I love about Richmond, it's prime real estate. East Coast, Central East Coast, so it's not too far south. It's 120 degrees all year round, and it's not too far north that we're getting blizzard in 18 inches of snow.
Hey, but it do be crazy. It could be 71 day and 30 the next.
That's the lesser of two evils to me. That's not that bad.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And then it's right in the middle. So if I need to get to New York, 8 hours. So if I need to get to Atlanta, 8 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? New Orleans is a 16-hour drive. That ain't nothing to me. You know what I mean? Drawway to drawway, bow and bow. You know what I mean?
You'll do 16 hours straight?
No, for sure. Again, for sure.
You're probably used to it by now, right?
No, for sure. Yeah. I'm about to take this Toronto trip.
Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's got to be more than 16 hours. Though,
No,
right?
no.
16 hours?
It's less. It got to be less.
To Toronto?
Maybe 12.
I thought Toronto was like.
You couldn't. Not.
I thought it was like Canada, but like.
It is Canada.
Like west side of Canada, like northwest, far west.
I'm confident that if I pull my phone out and look it up on the GPS, it's under 16 hours. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's crazy. Damn. So, I mean, you know what about
even like the long route?
Okay, you know what? Without the tolls,
right?
Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm not sure what Toronto is in Canada. What about like your favorite things about Richmond? Things that like just stick out to you. Actually, no, you told me. You did tell me.
I love the people. It's like to me, this is the closest thing to a southern New York you can get. And the reason why I say that, and I wouldn't give it to DC, I'll give it to Richmond. It's a melting pot. Going back to one of those things I don't like, people who saying they're from here and got so much to say about here. First off, leave. Bye. Pack up and swerve. You don't want to be here. Quit complaining so much. 1, 2. There are a lot of things going on. There's a lot of opportunities out here. I look at Richmond as like Atlanta in the 90s.
Okay.
Where Atlanta was like a thriving community in the 90s. And it was a different culture. And I feel like Richmond is sort of in that same position where there's so much talent. It's just we need a machine to expose it to the world. And that's where people like me and certain people who I'm moving with, that's what we're doing.
That's
your
mission, right?
One more time.
That's your mission, correct?
Essentially.
You know, it's like, because I mean, it's like that's with every city. Is like they got their talent there. They just were able to get that exposure and make their city its own culture that people could be influenced by.
Right.
So like each city got their own different music. I'm sure like if you come to Richmond, it's like we have our own culture here, just no one really knows about it.
And that's almost true. What people do know about it is just the collective conscious isn't on it at a specific time that is big enough where it's like, me, for example, I got a budget that I'm spending money on different features locally on purpose because I have bigger features coming down the pipeline that all these people who are signing on now and doing these features now, when you see me doing these songs with these bigger people, you potentially got eyes on you because you did a song with me in 2024 or 2020, 2025. You know what I'm saying?
My bad for cutting you off, but you having those people on your songs, once you get that big feature, you bring a collective with you, like, okay, that's Richmond. There in a way, like you bring exposure to like a culture. It's almost like each city, like industry wise, when you think of this city, you think of okay, that celebrity, maybe that rapper, that actor. It's like a big high school for each city in a way. You got the popular people.
No, for sure.
And it's like we got our own. Richmond itself is like a big high school, which is not one of the most known high schools either. What do you think? What do you think was something that like would get Richmond the opportunity to prosper and like get that exposure it needs? What do you think is like we need, like, in order for that to happen?
We gotta cultivate an energy around someone. And I feel like there are like 3 or 4 people, in my opinion, who I won't say. There are like 3 or 4 people. If we gathered behind them, we can push them up, and that could be more than enough. Because we don't. Gone are the days where we need to use the machine to progress ourselves on a local level. Yeah. So if that's the case, then we just need to tap in with each other. I know some of the biggest promotion companies in the DMV. Okay. Especially Richmond. I know so many promoters from, you're younger. Yeah. Man, I DJ'd, it's going to give away my age. Put my age in the comments, y'all. I DJ'd at Club Aurora, Club Plush, Have a Nice Day Cafe. Like, I didn't, what, man, you got my memory banks going, boy. I've been DJing out here. I do not want to give my age away. Yeah, I don't mind giving my age away. Let's be clear, but bro, I've been like in the clubs DJing in Richmond since 2010.
So like, what made you want to get into DJing? Is that something you like pursued for a while? Is that something like a little hobby or what?
This story is in a lot of different podcast interviews too. But when I was younger, I went to a birthday party. I was 9. The year I was 9 years old was 2000. Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. I have an idea.
Yeah. 31. I'm 31.
31.
I'll be 32 next month. Okay. I'll be 32 next month, March 25th. Um, I got this tattoo on my bicep. It's a red circular logo. It's the Newmark logo. That was my first set of turntables.
Newmark.
Numark. Newmark.
Okay.
So I've been DJing since the year 2000. DJing, producing, and sound engineering since 2000.
So you got like everything like music wise, like the technical side, like kind of like on point. You already got that like you already learned all of that, like the hard part. Because I know like producing, there's a lot of like different.
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
These days, like you said, I do a lot. So instead of me mixing and mastering these days, I just pay people to do it.
Okay.
It's like, you know how to make a burger, but I mean, Wendy's is open.
Yeah.
Respectfully, you know.
So you're just like the middleman?
Almost, kinda. In my mind, I'm really not focused on myself. I'm really trying to, like, you know, I'm in school full time, full sale for film, and I'm just in the books, fatherhood. In the books, fatherhood. In the books, fatherhood. When I graduate, there are things that I plan to do that if I didn't graduate, I wouldn't be able to do.
Okay.
And since I am able to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do these things on a big level. And I don't know, I'm not in competition with anybody in particular. I was born into what I'm doing. You know a little fun fact?
What's that?
I get real passionate when people don't know where they come from. I'm going to start biting my tongue on it, but I do get really passionate because it bothers me deep down in my soul. Like, I ask you where you're from, you tell me Richmond, it hurts my spirit. Because you know how long Richmond has been here? You know how long Richmond has been established?
Since
respectfully?
Like maybe 1700s, 1800s?
Math probably right on point. I'm not going to lie to you. Math probably right on point. So, fast forward to the story. I got receipts proving my lineage and where I come from. You know, in the 1700s, 1800s, it was common for people to have a last name that was an occupation name. So if your last name was Carpenter, your family probably made money off carpentry, you know?
Okay.
Things like that. So I got the receipt, and you can go on my Instagram and do your little Googles or whatever. If you go on Instagram and type in music since 1809, I got the receipts for my grandmother generations back being sold into slavery, 1809. Her and her son, Henry and Diana Music. The things I'm doing, I feel like were predetermined before I was even born. So
it was destiny.
More or less. And not only am I gonna lean into it, but I'm gonna do it bigger than that. There are things I'll tell you off camera that I'm up to that are way bigger than film, way bigger than consuming media.
Yeah,
that is revolutionary and could change generations to come.
So it's better to produce it than to consume it, because consuming it just takes up all your time, really won't get you nowhere. I mean, all of us kind of, you know, we all sit on our phone sometimes, scroll way too long, more than we really need to. You told me you went to you go to film school right now, full-time student. So how's that like? Is that like you go to school for 8 hours or?
Man, it's full-time, nonstop. I feel like you never leave class. Like, I'm never out of class. Since I started, I've been like nonstop, man. Not a day off yet.
Well, like, are you first year, second year, third year?
I'm at the halfway point. I graduate Halloween next year.
Okay,
2025.
so you're almost there.
Almost there.
Oh, actually, a year and a half, right?
Yeah,
about
man.
or something like that.
Doing my best, man.
Yeah. What's like the hardest part? Is it like you get like loaded with tests, or your tests like film projects?
Yeah, a combination, but it's just handling real life at the same time, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a busy young man. I manage different podcasts. I manage different content creators. I manage different artists. I manage myself as well. Fatherhood comes first. Trying to have a romantic life inside all that.
Yeah.
You know, just, yeah.
Hey, you know, at least you're the busy guy. Some girls don't. Some girls say they want the guy that's not busy, and they go cheat with the busy guy. But if you're the busy guy, shit, that's good. And you know what I'm saying? But you know, but how do you like mentally get, like I don't know, like just go about getting through your schedule. Maybe, okay, I got class today, but I also got to get this and this done today. Like, do you ever get tired of it, or it's just something you have to do?
A combination of it. So
yeah,
remember when we started this episode, I had to cut all my alarms off because they'd be going off. Bro, that's how that's one of the cheat codes.
Okay.
So sometimes in life, you wish you could have a best friend, and that's where you should give yourself a high five or tag yourself in and be your own accountability partner, be your own best friend, if possible. So me setting alarms to pray, me setting alarms to do the to-do list for today, me having an alarm at a decent time in the evening to make my to-do list for the following day, alarm in the morning to double check that to-do list for today, let alone the preliminaries, work out. Like I do, I'm celebrating Lent right now, so I'm sacrificing certain things or whatever. I don't smoke, I don't drink. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just pretty chill. Discipline. And here's a cheat code I'll give the audience. If you want to stay balanced and everything, here's my best advice. Well, one of the good things I can give you. And I'm going to draw a parallel. A rich man, say a billionaire, multi-billionaire, you would assume they have multiple streams of income to have that net worth.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, there's a person that you see smiling all the time, like so much so that it makes you uncomfortable. Like, how is life that good?
Yeah.
They probably have multiple streams of peace. And that's something I really recommend people start trying to find. Like, first start with what makes you happy. What makes you smile? What makes you reflect and be like, you know what? God, I want to say God is good. What makes you feel like you have purpose and you're present and you just feel good and you're not worried about a thing? And then make a list of those things that you already have. And then find new ones. It's always important to have multiple streams of peace. Like me, I love James River. I don't care how we connect. I don't care how I get to the water. I don't care if it's the rocks, the docks. I don't care how we get into that water. Yeah. But there's a connection there, you know? I feel my heritage there in the most weird way. I feel present. Chilling with the kids, same thing. Yeah. Find your multiple streams of peace, and yeah.
You know what? That's the first time I actually hear that, and that's one of the better ones I've heard. And it makes complete sense because, I mean, I guess it's one of the... You know, that did get me thinking, because like if there's maybe just that one thing in your life that makes you happy, once that thing's gone or something goes bad with that one thing, then you as a person isn't happy. You're not happy no more.
And that's why you gotta have multiple. Cause
that makes sense.
You know that little moderation thought where it's like everything is good in moderation. Everything gets stale at a point. And like example, and like the same thought process as an individual applies in a romantic setting where. If you and your partner have a connection and y'all can bond over something, you need multiple of those somethings. Yeah. You know, if you go on a date to the movies because you like movies or she like movies, that's your prerogative. That's one thing. Bowling, hiking, insert whatever date we're about to do, you know? So, yeah.
So, you know what? Speaking about dates, I'm going to hit you with a question. What's the worst date you ever been on? Or link up. It don't even got to be an exact date.
Worst date? Let me keep it PG.
Anything goes on here.
Worst date? Can I get 30 seconds, 10 seconds to ponder?
Go for it.
This is the worst date because I told her to be here on time. She still ain't here. No, I'm just playing. Worst date? You know what? I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. Here's the worst date I had.
Okay. Fair enough.
A young lady wanted to do something.
Fair enough.
I said, okay, I'm down to do something.
Okay.
All that week, we talked about that something that we were going to do. That day and time came, I got cold feet.
You got COVID?
Cold feet.
Cold feet?
Yes.
Oh, you was just shy?
I
don't know what cold feet.
I bitched out.
Okay.
I bitched out. You know, when you supposed to get married and the person don't come down the aisle, they call that cold feet.
Okay.
I got cold feet. And it wasn't them, it was me. You know, I be in my head sometimes. Life be life, and I ain't feel like going out.
Yeah.
I low key stood him up, high key stood him up. We
And-
chilled, we kicked it, but I did
Yeah.
not go out. So that was probably the worst date on my behalf. I'll throw myself under the bus.
Hey, I mean,
How about you? Did you throw each other down?
oh man, I told mine here a couple times. It's a little
Give me your second one.
second one. You know, okay, yeah. Let's see, man. There's one that.
No, can I ask you a different question? Would you rather?
Yeah. See,
I'm always trying to get canceled on YouTube.
no, I don't mind. Listen. You can only get canceled if you can't get canceled if you don't care. Anything goes on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather
Uh-huh.
a spouse with no arms or no legs? And why?
Listen, hear me out, right? 100%, no question. I'd rather have a wife with no arms than with no legs, because I'm not gonna be like, if I have a wife with no legs, she's just gonna be like a little blob. I'm not gonna keep rolling her down when we go to the mall, like, you know, like what is she gonna do? Roll like a little like bowling ball, like, you know, she's like a little Humpty Dumpty. I'd rather have a wife with no arms, because it's like, you know, there's things that, you know, if she can't eat, okay, I'll spoon feed her. And some things, like, I can help her. But, like, with legs, like, I'm not putting up with that. What about you?
Either or. I'll take either or.
So you...
I'm down for either or. If it's my soulmate and we're married and we're partners, if she has no legs, I'm her legs. She got no arms, I'm her arms.
This is my thing, though. How would you know she's your soulmate if she... Because it's the thing, right? If you're in public, let's say you were to meet her in public, and, you know, the girl got no legs, right? You're telling me you would still, like, you walk up to her, like, yo, what's up? Like, how would you know that's your soulmate?
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Some of the most beautiful women on this planet have no arms. Also, some of the most beautiful women on this planet have no legs. Now, let me say this. They might physically have them, but they might not even function.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll stand on it. Still could be the most beautiful people you come across. Let alone kind of veering off topic, but still on subject. People are trash. I don't care if all your limbs work. You could still be a trash person.
Yeah.
I don't care how beautiful you are. That spirit ugly. Your ass ugly too. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna hold you. If I was single,
Yeah.
and I had to pick between the two, and I had no choice other than to pick between the two, I would pick one of them. Which one, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not.
Right.
I don't know. I'm 31, you know?
Yeah, see,
I'm not
like,
21,
look,
so.
if she has no legs at all, like, she's just, like, cut off, like, from the waist down, I'm good. If she's, like, she has legs, but they, you know, she got to use, like, crunches or wheelchair, that's completely fine. You know, that's...
I mean, she could still use a wheelchair if she didn't have the...
Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, you would just, like...
I don't know why I asked that question.
Get a little backpack and, like, you know, just
why I
keep her in
asked
the back of the
that
backpack. Well, you know, what are your thoughts on the Richmond music scene? You being, like, a producer, you working with different artists. How do you think the Richmond music scene is at the moment? Too much drill, or...
I think it's perfect.
You think it's perfect? Okay.
I think the environment and the culture is perfect. The people who are hating on the drill music continue to. People who are making drill music continue to. For real, art is subjective, and we're all entitled to our opinions, but that's all they are at the end of the day. They're just opinions. Now, my best advice to all the people who are doing music... Excuse me. My best advice to the people who are doing music, if you can, slip into a catalog mindset. Let's step away from this. I want to drop a single without any purpose. Now, if you're going to drop drill songs, continue to. If you're going to drop Afrobeat, continue to. If you're going to drop traditional hip-hop, rock, pop, whatever genre you want to drop, become a business. Establish an LLC.
Yeah.
Keep a paper trail of everything you're doing. You paying for studio time, mark that down. You paying for a Uber back and forth. You're paying for lunch, mark all that down. Because when tax time comes,
Yeah.
but do your research, because some of the stuff you've been doing for the past few years can go into that.
Yeah.
Tax time, what, April 15th? But yeah, so
I'm not sure. I just did my taxes like a few days ago. I didn't get shit back.
so that's part one. Part one, catalog.
Huh.
You don't have to be a psychopath about it, but just get into the catalog mindset. 1, 2. I need y'all to step out the booth. Come outside. Come outside. And I don't mean outside to the events. That mean places like this. That means come out here into the digital world.
You're saying like gain a physical presence, like
build your brand.
Okay.
Build your brand. Come to the podcast. You know, Smart Minds, Good Times would love to have you. You hear me?
Yeah.
That's, you know, do podcast interviews. Step out and touch the people. I love this music scene in Richmond.
Yeah.
I love everything about it. There's so much potential. There's some people out here who do drill music. I feel like they have very unique voices, and I would love to hear them over my Afrobeat catalog.
It would be different.
I would love, because it's the same tempo. These are the same tempos. All these songs that they're doing are like the same. I'm a DJ. I be snatching the vocals up under people and putting different genres up under it. I've been doing it since I was a jit, you know?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. Richmond is a melting pot of multiple cultures, and the different approaches, like they got, you know, the Detroit type beat vibe.
Detroit type beat. I'm not exactly sure.
Like 42 Doug, ESTG.
Yeah.
Okay. They got people here who walk those down. The UK, New York drill, people here walk that down.
Yeah.
Baltimore Clubhouse, K-Stacks, they're walking these things down. And my thing is, I need people to slip into a business mindset and be like, all right, I got 11 drill songs out, great. Let me keep adding to that periodically, but let me start worrying about these traditional hip hop songs. Let me start worrying about these R&B records. That's my last takeaway. Everybody, I need y'all to please listen. I'm gonna be respectful.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be respectful because I was about to be disrespectful. Fellas, we don't care, okay? I'm gonna speak for the fellas. Fellas, we don't care, okay? You don't have to keep proving yourself to us. You don't have to keep playing macho, okay? Let's start entertaining these ladies again, bruh. I'm tired of y'all trying to show off to each other. All the fellas being weirdos and guns and da-da-da-da-da. Y'all don't get no it sound like y'all don't get no bitches, bro. It sound like y'all don't get no bitches, bro. Everybody rapping about guns and violence, and that's amazing. You should. You know what I'm saying? Let it be known that you're not no, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't sweet, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I come to the show, I got my joint with me, or I'm trying to find some junks. It'll be nice if we weren't all jumping up and down, sweaty, trying to fight each other. It'll be nice if we were like serenading the ladies, you feel me? But yeah, catalog and make music for the women.
No, that's true. You definitely gotta be diverse because, you know, like people, that's how you become, that's what separates you from being a rapper and from being an artist. You know, because like people like Drake, that's how they have that longevity that they have because they were diverse with it. They don't just make just love music, just drill music. They switch it up. You know, something we told me we could talk about earlier. Say your top 5. I'm sure you mean industry. I was gonna ask you who were your top 5 local artists, but you told me earlier you don't like to name drop, and that's completely fine if you don't want to answer.
I feel like it's not a fair thing to me. If I could do something, I can't put it on a specific person.
And it don't gotta be like in a specific order. Maybe, you know, some of your favorite artists. Maybe ones that you could enjoy listening to or want to work with. Ones you think that are doing a good job.
I could do different lists,
Uh-huh.
but there are different reasons why there are those lists.
Yeah,
so
that
like,
makes sense.
if it came to people who I would do a collaboration with, that's a different list from people who I listen to.
Uh-huh.
Pick a list. Pick a list, and I'll give me a specific, and I'll give you an
Okay,
answer.
let's just say the artist that you see the most potential in or really representing the city well at the moment. Maybe the ones
No
that with the
order?
most buzz. No order.
Okay.
Maybe if you go out of state to Florida, you gotta show them some Richmond artists. You show them maybe these 5.
See, that last part changes things.
Really?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna just give some honorable mentions, no particular order,
Yeah.
and I'm not even gonna cap it at 5, just to be fair. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm horrible with names. Please don't beat me up. I ain't even in the mood to fight. Remember where the bitches at. I ain't got time for all that other shit. All right. So Lord, I'm gonna just run through the list. Okay. I'm gonna start with females first. Mia Money, K Stacks, Nady. I could name like 10 other females. Fellas, G Sambo, F&F Chop, Stay Solid, Trap Ties Kai, Rio, La Kiddo. I could name a million fellas.
Yeah.
I could name a million. Those are people who are all, they all have a trajectory in them.
Yeah.
And with catalog could stand the test of time. And they represent well and carry themselves well.
I think that's pretty much where I'm at. I say like my favorite ones.
I could add it way more people.
Oh yeah, but I think like you hit like right on the spot. Like at least in my opinion, I think some of my favorite ones, Wadi Wapo.
Right.
That's one of my favorite ones. Trap Top Sky's Fire, Chop Rocky, and I gotta give it to young WB Splush.
Okay.
He doing his thing and he young, so I like that he's like doing the buzz. But you know that's a lot of rappers. What about like are there like maybe other artists in the city that you know?
I ain't gonna hold you. Some of the best singers alive live in the city. I will not name drop out of respect for them. Who can I name drop? Who can I name drop? I don't feel comfortable name dropping. I really just don't. Cause some of these people who are, that's another thing about Richmond I don't like. Richmond got so many talented people that just waste the talent. I ain't gonna say waste. They don't want to share their talent with the world. I know so many singers out here that can blow, like raised in the church, maybe never even stepped foot in the church, but just sound amazing. Got the look, the sound, and carry themselves well. Rappers too, man. If I can go back and get the click back from before we all became adults and adulted, my clique would be the strongest clique out here. I ain't gonna hold you. I could name 59 people. I'm gonna bite my tongue on the rest of that sentence. But I don't know. Everybody a fire, bro. Everybody a fire. You know, art is subjective. I think I'm better than everybody.
When you said that, there's some people with some hidden talents. Oh, they're not hidden. I mean, they are hidden to the world. But I think that's just in general. That's the world. Cause think about it. There might be, I don't know, 1,000 good singers in the industry. But there might be 10 million good singers in the world. It's all about marketing and you really putting out that image of yourself out there. Because I can be singing in my room all day and not tell a single soul that I do it. It's all about getting yourself out there and being known for that and getting that marketing. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's all about whether they want to do it or not. Because, you know, once you trying to pursue anything in entertainment, it comes with cameras. It comes with a different kind of, like, aspect of life that some people may not like. Some people will like. When it could be the attention, it could be maybe criticism, it could be things that affect physical life. That's why I'm taking a break because I'm like social media. I don't want to get to a point where like there's some people that love social media. This is everything they do. This is what they like. They wake up and they get hungry to do certain things for people. It's like personally me, I'm not a big. That's not my thing. So that's why maybe some other podcaster may will get farther than I do because that's what they love. They love the social media. They may be able to do things that I wouldn't be able to do just for the media. Like in the industry, don't you think a lot of rappers sell their songs?
I mean, I'll answer that last question, but I'm gonna piggyback to what you were just saying prior. I feel like anything worth having, you'll probably have to sell a piece of your soul for. Like I ain't gonna hold you if. Like, me and you have known each other for all of an hour or two, right?
Yeah.
If we stepped out of here and something was to happen between me and you, I would respectfully unallow somebody behind you to protect you, right? I don't expect that in return, but that's just how I move, you know what I'm saying? I protect everybody around me, you know? Once you're in a tribe, you in a tribe. Welcome to Death Row. So anything worth having, you should be willing to put your life on the line for it. So, like, you want to be a part of my team, you got to sell your soul to me. You got to sacrifice your life to us. I mean that. Like, I stand on that. I genuinely mean that from the deep depths of my soul. I mean that. And I hope everybody would feel the same way. Like, if you're a father and you have a daughter, you should tell your daughter, if a man wants to put a ring on your finger, he has to sell his soul to you.
You know, I guess that's where the term comes, like, different perspectives. Because that could mean a lot of things.
No, for sure.
So I guess in the point you're saying it, I think in the way you're saying it, it's just being able to
commit, and like lay it down for the cause and the team. So, again, yes, I do believe people have to sell their soul to make it, whatever make it is. Everybody has their own definition of success. For you though, as far as trying to find balance in it all, I really recommend. There's nothing wrong with a social detox.
Yeah.
You know, you're really youthful. You're really youthful. You're young. As you mature and go through life, there's gonna be ups and downs. There's gonna be new characters and new side characters. Remember, you're the main character. And sometimes it's good to be Batman and go off into the mountains and retreat and just recollect yourself and find that center of peace again.
Yeah. And
find your balance to come anew. Return.
Fresh and with passion.
That part. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's you shouldn't have to do something and not want to do it. It shouldn't feel like a job. I feel like it should be whatever it may be, something you may be doing or I may be doing. It should be something you want to do, something you get excited to. It's like part of your day. You should. That brings peace. But you know, like I asked you earlier, top 5 local rappers. What about some of your top 5 artists in the industry? Some of your personal favorites.
Holy. You keep asking me questions, it's gonna get me canceled. No order.
No order.
Order. We're gonna do this with order.
All right.
Number 1.
And this can be current or of all time. It's up to you how you want to answer it.
Okay, let me say it in my head and see if I stand on it. Yeah, I stand on it.
Okay.
Number 5, no question. You can argue with yourself. Me.
That's how you're supposed to feel.
Number 5, okay? I'm the worst of the bunch. Let me start over.
All right.
Number 5, Kanye. Number 4, me.
Okay.
Number 3, Andre 3000.
Andre 3000.
Number 2, Nas.
Number 1.
KRS-One.
Who? You said Kara?
KRS-One.
You know what? Maybe
I'm glad you're not familiar with who KRS-One is, because now you get to do your homework.
Yeah,
you are about to have fun.
I'm gonna come back to watch it and be like, who's KRS-One, and be like, what the fuck?
That's the only handshake I want before I die.
Okay, you know what? I say this all the time. I think okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I'll spin it back and tell you who I would want to have on my podcast. If there could be a dream artist that you could work with, either you produce a song for them or you hop on a song with them, what artist would that be? Ever. Like any artist.
Like dead or alive? Or like alive?
Alive.
Okay, alive. I don't have to be on the song. I could just make a beat for him.
It could be either or, just someone that you would want to work with.
See, that's another one I could do. I want to work with everybody, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to start there, but... Oh, not everybody, but you know what I mean. God damn it. Let me just throw in. I really could just say anybody. I'll say Hove. I want to say Drake, but I'm going to say Hove.
Yeah, that's a good one, because Hove is GOAT status. Drake is too. But Jay-Z just has more of a... He's just established a lot more as far as, like, everything. He's a businessman. Like, he got a great story. His music is good.
As quiet as kept, Drake still got the same amount of room to do something similar, if not bigger.
Oh, yeah.
One day when his time comes. That's why I said I would say Drake, but I'm going to say Hov. Because you asked the question, it's 2024. Yeah. It's February. That'd be the smartest person to say.
See, no, my dream person to have on this podcast, 6ix9ine.
Okay.
6ix9ine is a different one. People will be like, yo, he's a snitch or he's this.
I mean... That might not be as complicated to make happen as you may think. We could talk about it after you cut the cameras off.
Really?
I mean, we could talk about it after the cameras off. I know people that know people.
Okay.
Yeah, I could connect certain dots.
See, I would sell my soul for that interview.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah. So what was I about to ask you just now? It had to do with that. Oh yeah. So what artist maybe like inspired you the most when it comes to music?
Originally, my big brother. But if I had to say industry, Kanye. When I saw the Through the Wire video when I was a child, the video was enough to just show me everything I needed to know. So I might have been like 11 or 12 by the time that came out. And I was already doing basically what he was doing, but it showed me. So context. in New Orleans, when we first got there, like shortly after we got there,
Yeah.
my uncle got out of prison. My mom's younger brother got out of prison, and he had a subsidiary under Cash Money. So he was moving and shaking around like the Hot Boys and certain things like that. So I would see certain things, and he had his. Back then, they would have reference studios where you go to a makeshift studio, like a home studio, and record so that you can go to the studio and record the polished version.
Yeah.
One of the reference studios was at my mom's crib. So
Okay.
they would come in, do their thing, produce, da-da-da, and just leave. But the computer's still there. It's in the living room. So 8-year-old, 9-year-old me just pushing buttons. Like, I got FL Studio tatted on my shoulder. Like, you know what I'm saying, production software. I feel like I'm veering off from what the question was.
You said Kanye was one of your biggest inspirations.
Being active, and then one more piece of context. Back in the 90s, late 90s, they had a movie that was a biopic of the Temptations, where, short story shorter, one of Motown's biggest groups, they do the play-by-play of their story. That watching that shows you how the industry used to work, like, to a degree. On top of, I was physically watching the industry work in front of me, where like I'll see the Hot Boys shooting a music video and then watch it on TV. It's like down the street. Now I'm in my living room watching them on TV.
Yeah.
And as a kid, processing, this is going to be on. This is like 106 in Park right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably.
I mean,
I probably sound like a dinosaur to you, but
no. I mean, that makes
what I
sense.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
let me ask you this: How do you feel about Kanye? You know, like he's very controversial now. Like, is that something maybe like that changes your perspective on him and how he is, or?
I am not God. I am not here to judge. I ain't never wore a robe in a public setting. I am not a judge. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. We pick our own battles.
Yeah.
That's not a battle I won't even pick with. I'm not gonna hold you. He's still an inspiration, not necessarily politically.
Yeah.
But just as a creative in the way he goes about handling business, he's probably going to be one of the biggest influences of this whole generation.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If not the, so.
He's a marketing genius.
And spinning back to that MC list, that was I'm trying to sound politically correct list. If I had to be honest, my top 5, I'm probably number 5. I probably throw Drake, Cole, Kendrick. And 5 is like a tie between like a lot of motherfuckers. But
yeah,
I'll throw Nas back in there.
Nas is, I like Nas. He's just classic.
Yeah.
He's him and Jay-Z are real like classic.
Give me your top 5.
My top 5 for sure. Drake is up there. I think Drake's number 1. Just the way his wordplay, his songs, diversity.
Let me ask you a question. Hypothetically, we can get 6ix9ine in here, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we got Drake on the phone like, hey,
yeah,
if you don't interview him, I'll come up. Which one would you take?
That's a hard one. Because, look.
The hesitation is killing me.
No, because think about it. Drake would bring in the numbers. But 6ix9ine is the one that I would want to talk to a lot more than Drake. Like, Drake has a good amount of... he doesn't have a good amount of interviews out there, or podcasts. But 6ix9ine has a couple, but not too many. Like, if you ask me, like... Theoretically speaking, 6ix9ine's about to come in, and if I don't do it, Drake will hop on. I'm gonna get 6ix9ine on, because like 6ix9ine is like that. That to me was at one point in time that was my idol. That
it hit different.
It hit different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot more. I feel even though he don't know me, I can relate to him a lot more personally.
Okay.
But Drake is like obviously professionally speaking is what I should go for, but 6ix9ine is the dude I want to talk to the most.
Okay.
Like I feel like if I
have to fly you to DR real quick and get you that interview.
Yeah. You know, you told me the one person you want to shake hands with before you go. Mm-hmm. Who was that again?
KRS-One.
See, that's like who I want to shake hands with before
I go. The brief, like he was in the early stages of hip hop.
Uh-huh.
Like he would be roaming the New York streets, just looking like a regular commoner in the whole city singing his song. Don't even know that they're sitting right next to him.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah.
Just a humble genius, like beyond his time and still rocking. And he could freestyle live on stage for hours. Like,
I'm gonna have to look him up because I'm not familiar with him.
I'm not even into like deep nerd rap. And I don't look at him as deep nerd rap. But, you know what I mean?
You know,
That was my politically correct answer.
Yeah.
He should be number one on everyone's list because he embodies what hip-hop is as a human. He's hip-hop in the human form. Like Black Liquid. You know who Black Liquid is in Richmond?
don't. What,
Black Liquid,
No, I don't.
Black Liquid is the KRS-One of Richmond. You could put that as a sound bite to make it go viral because that's a fact. Because the hip-hop heads and the purists know I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping.
Explain a little.
Okay, so hear me out. Black Liquid runs a local radio show. I'm not sure if it's college radio. I'm pretty sure it's FM.
Okay.
Okay. He's been doing it forever. Since I was your age.
Huh.
Okay. So back when dinosaurs were walking. Okay. so again, top tier lyricist.
Yeah.
Brain. He's done TED Talks, Black Liquid. TED Talks. Giving back to the community in ways that can't even be measured at this point. Again, I look at Black Liquid as like a southern KRS-One. KRS-One literally is like the ambassador of hip-hop to me. Like, if there were gatekeepers, he'll be the one at the gate. They'll be the two at the gate like, no, you can't get in here, bucko. go write a better 16 and come back.
Well, I'm going to have to look up KRS-One and Black Liquid, right?
Yeah, Black Liquid is just Black Lick, L-I-Q. Black, B-L-A-C-K, and L-I-Q. Both phenomenal.
I'm going to hit you with another question out of the bowl. See what we got.
Holy. Let's see what it do.
You know, I'm not sure what it is.
I'm debating if I want to lie or not.
It's okay. If you want to answer, pick a different one. We can.
I'm not even going to lie. Your first ever crush.
Okay. You know, that's the first time that one comes up.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
I got a funny story. So, that's crazy. So, when we left Germany, when I was a child, we left Germany. We came to the States, went to Kansas first.
Okay.
When I got to Kansas, it wasn't much of a culture shock because I was still a kid. I think I got there in the 2nd grade. And I was the only black guy. I wasn't the only guy of color. There was an Indian kid. He was like, his people were from like India, not like Native America, but like actually Indian, you know? So he was a brown kid, but he wasn't black. And it was him, the Indian kid, me, the black guy, right? 2nd grade. There was a girl. There was another black person.
Oh, and in Germany, that's not...
No, Kansas.
Oh, Kansas. Okay,
yeah, we left.
Kansas.
We left Germany, went to Kansas. I was in 2nd grade. Indian kid, me, I was the black guy, and there was this one girl who was like the black girl. And your thing said technical first crush. Yeah. She was my first crush. Now, here's a fun fact. Okay. I have not seen her since 2nd, maybe 3rd grade, maybe. Yeah. But I still remember her name.
You know, yo, we're in the same boat.
Can I drop her name?
Yeah, I'll drop mine too. Like, I'm telling you, yo, we're in the same boat. I'll tell you, I think about this too. I be trying to find, it's the same exact story, 2nd grade crush. That's my first crush. I be trying to find the girl. I cannot find her on Facebook, Instagram, nothing. And it's like, I always want to.
She got a common name too.
You know, mine got a weird. That's the only person I met with that name, Ariane.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. She sounds like she named after her great grandmother.
You know what? Yeah, but it's like, bro, I be trying to. It was same.
She sound like she from Kansas.
Nah, she like. Yo, I remember her. She was like Salvadorian or something.
I'm gonna drop her name. Tasha Young.
Tasha Young. That's first and last name. Mm-hmm. I don't remember her last name. I wish I do because I could probably
Kansas. Ain't no telling where she at now.
You know on TikTok they say like they show a picture and yo, make this go viral. Help me find this person. You got a picture.
I'm not that invested. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not that invested. You know, most people don't even remember my name after I walk away.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Oh shit! I remember her last name now that I think about it. And you know what? You got me thinking. Because, you know, I started thinking about,
About
like...
to make it go viral.
Nah, because, yeah, I swear, cause I was like, yo, where can I get a picture of this girl from? And I thought yearbook. I was like, damn. And I remember, her last name was Flores.
That is a thing, though. You could get those yearbooks, depending if the school still has them. They make digital copies of all that.
Yeah, no, damn.
But again, I'm not that invested.
You know, that was the first time somebody asked that
She
question.
probably married with children, all types. I'm trying to get married with children, all types of. Nah, I don't know.
You know, what are some hobbies you got? Maybe when you're not pursuing anything of your endeavors, you're not with your kids, or you may be with your kids, but what are some hobbies you have? I think you spoke about, you know, the James River earlier, but something like, you know.
So I play instruments. That's one. Play the keys. Play the guitar. I teach my kids how to play guitar and piano. Hobbies. I make merch. I make clothes.
I saw that the Shiver, not Shiver, and it's like the shirts and the shorts, right?
Yeah. Clothes, all types of stuff. I'm boring. I don't even have any hobbies, bro. You know, I need some hobbies, bro. Y'all comment some hobbies. I need some hobbies.
You know, I feel you on that because I ain't got much really besides this.
Just work. You know, I got this tattoo on my chest that basically it's a scripture. It translates to find something for your hands to do, for when you perish, you won't be able to. I stand on that. I really just focused on the mission.
That's a good quote. You know, because you told me about the clothing brand, I thought about Shiver, not Shiver. How often do people call you Shiver? Is that so often you had to trademark it?
Sorta. So it's kind of weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. So when I was young, so here's the first time I realized my name was my name. Like I knew my name, but it clicked. So when I was, funny enough, 2nd grade, when I moved to New Orleans, I remember my first day in school in New Orleans, 2nd grade. I walk into after being enrolled, it was like the middle of the day when I came into school. So they were in the library. I go in the library. The teacher introduced me. She was like, "Okay, guys, this is Shiver Bruce." Whole class busts out laughing. That's when it clicked that my name is spelled like another word.
Oh, okay.
That was the moment it clicked for me. I'm named after my dad's favorite uncle. It's his middle name. Okay. It's spelled different. His was spelled, I'm probably going to mess this all up, but it was like Schiffer, Shiver.
Okay.
But their accent, they pronounce it Shiver. 2 things. If me and you go out, and some random adult comes up to us and is like, "Shiver," your alarm will go up naturally. You'll be like, "That's not his name," right? So you gotta imagine what's going on in my head, right? Yeah. To be fair, some people can't help it. Some people speak English. When they see Shiver, their brain processes Shiver. Yeah, and it's fair. There are people who have a name like a last name like Shivers with the S on the end of it, and then there are some people who has the softer I, Shiver. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's an infinite edge sword. Most people who come up to me and call me Shiver, you know they know me. Yeah. Or it's safe to assume they know of me. People who really rock with me, like, since childhood, I got multiple nicknames. People from the R call me Nine from childhood for a number of reasons. As an adult, people call me Shy. Make it easier, SHI. You know, but bet you could rest assured. I walk in the room, somebody gonna say it, Shiver, not Shiver. I promise you, somebody gonna say
Shiver, not Shiver.
Every single time.
You kind of made it your slogan.
Yeah, I had you know, the show I got music therapy. One of the artists that was on there, Jade the Dawn, she's like a sister to me. She's a GOAT. She came to the studio one day and was doing DJ drops with me, and it's just stuck. So every time you hear a beat, you know, it's Shiver, not Shiver. Yeah. Shiver. That's her, Jade the Dawn. Okay. Yeah, Fairy Dawn mother. You already know.
You know, what do you see yourself about like 5 years from now? And it could be career-wise, it could be as a person. You know, just where do you see your life in about 5 years?
Laura willing. on the other side of all these plans I've already made. So I'm in bed with certain companies, and I want to nurture those relationships. Like I said in the beginning, we're building a network of talent in different fields,
Yeah.
and we're basically making our own chitlin circuit to a degree.
Okay.
I'm a little secretive with some of the stuff I do because I don't like to announce everything I do. I kind of like to surprise the people and just let the dominoes fall where they may.
Yeah.
But I've been putting money up in different event spaces
Okay.
up and down the East Coast, and I'm nurturing relationships. I'm nurturing relationships with different content creators. I'm nurturing relationships with different audiences, and I'm trying to glue the two. So if I got 10 influencers in Brooklyn, 10 in Queens, 10 in Harlem, 10 in Long Island. Let's switch back over to Richmond. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got 20 people in the South Side, 20 people in North Side, 20 people in the East End, 20 people in the West End, and I'll book Altria Theater. Now it's like, all right, what headline can I get to come that is going to fill this whole arena up and get these said 60, 80 people 30 seconds of, you know what I'm saying, stage time, copy and paste. Matter of fact, remember when Drewski came to Altria?
Drewski, yeah, that was like, was it like last year?
Yeah.
I think so.
And he basically did like a variety show, just had people performing, making a spectacle of themselves. Okay, keep that in mind. Are you familiar with 85 South Show?
85 South Show. No, I'm not.
DC Young Fly.
Yeah.
They do something similar. It's like a podcast without walls. They travel around the country. 3 stand-up comedians doing stand-up as a collective.
Okay.
That's similar to what I'm up to, but it's just, again, we're breaking the fourth wall. We're trying to snatch down the curtain. So we're Are you a film buff?
A film buff?
Are you familiar with like classic films?
I mean, depends. Like I know, like the classic. Like I don't know. Like
you know who Jim Carrey is?
I've heard of him.
Okay, there's a movie that came out in the '90s called The Truman Show.
Truman Show. I've not heard of that.
Short story shorter, it's a movie about the first reality show, technically. So there was this rich millionaire, billionaire, whatever. He bought like an arena, like what you would play football in, and built a city in the arena and made a TV show based around one guy. So from the moment he was conceived in the womb, the reality show started, and you just see him in the womb, see him being born, and the movie takes place with him as an adult. He's played by Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Same guy that played The Mask. I don't know if you've ever seen him. I know you're younger, but short story shorter, there were cameras everywhere. This is in the 90s. There's cameras in the toaster and the TV. There's a camera in the mailbox, cameras at work, and everybody around him is actors.
Okay. Oh, damn.
I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but it's a mind fuck. But short story shorter, it kind of predicts where we are today, where now you can't escape cameras. We're always on camera. Yeah. Everybody's their own Truman. Everybody's their own in their own reality show. Yeah. Right. I took that and basically turned it into a business where, okay, you are the director of your reality show. You take your phone and go live on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, whatever you're going live on, and you're in charge of that piece of this pie. You come over to the collective, we can turn you into a music artist. We can turn you into an actor. We can turn you into a comedian. We can turn you into whatever you want to be known as. Now, there's 2 different realms, let alone we're cross-marketing. So you have your own world. You have your own podcast. You have your own resources and all that fun stuff. And then we cross paths. I got the same thing. We cross paths. Yeah. And, yeah, you got you, A, me, B, C, D, all the way to Z 10 times is the thought process where we're trying to, again, break the third wall, you know what I'm saying? Crack through the TV screen and pull you on. And
that's interesting. I feel like it's a good way to get somebody attention. And maybe if it's one person may only know person A, he don't know B, C, and D, but just because he likes person A, he'll stick along to see B, C, and D. I don't know.
You get it, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's kind of like it's almost like a mind fuck, but it's just like it just all pieces together in a way.
Right. You know Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
all those Saturday Night start there. Saturday Night Live has been popular for a very long time.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy is a classic comedian. He has roots in SNL. That was so long ago.
Yeah.
And there's been so many stars that have come since and before. It's sort of like that, where every now and again these collection of stars are gonna get together.
Yeah.
But we're shining even when we're separate. Is the point?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, what is like one of the biggest pieces of advice you would give? You know, I'm gonna word it different. If you go back in time, it could be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Trust your gut. You're right. You're right. Trust your gut. You're right. You're not tripping. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Your Ray is right. You're smart. You got your own discernment. You know right and wrong. You're right. Stand on it. Lead by example.
Yeah.
You don't have to over-explain yourself. Keep it pushing.
If you got that feeling, then yeah, you really gotta trust your gut. If you gotta doubt it, or you got like a little second feeling about it, second thought, it's probably for a reason.
And my favorite one: don't raise your money. Don't raise your voice. Don't raise your voice unless it's about money or love. And even then, don't, because it's about money and love. That's the realest thing in the world to me. I'm so serious. I'll say it again for the viewer. Do not raise your voice unless it's about money or love. And even then, don't raise your voice because it's about money and love.
Yeah.
For real. For real. I ain't about to cut somebody out about some money. I'm not. Not me. I was talking to an entrepreneur the other day.
Yeah.
And he was basically in a rut because he got paid to do a service.
Okay.
And he didn't know what his next... Wait, let me slow down. He did a service. Matter of fact, this is what happened. They put the deposit down for him to do the service.
Yeah.
He completed the service, and he was just on the phone mad because he still ain't get paid yet. I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. You mad because you haven't gotten paid yet. But you're not about to sit here and not go collect another bag, especially if you've done the job already. You're not about to sit here and ponder on this too long when there's another bag to go collect. There's another client out here looking for somebody just like you, but you're pondering on a service you've already done. Yeah. If you already done it, mentally move on, because when they come with their payment, you can go ahead and send over the work because it's already done. Don't raise your voice about money, because there's more of that. There's plenty of that. And there's no need to raise your voice about love, because it's love, you know? But digressing. You get it.
Yeah, no, especially with love. It's like, I guess money and love is, could you say in a way they're attachments? They're not exactly real reasons to get like emotionally.
Okay, so two things are happening at once. When I say don't raise your voice unless it's about money or love, that means there's nothing as serious as money and love. That's the first part of it. Okay, so if it's not about money or love, don't raise your voice. So that eliminates a lot of things you can't get mad at. There's a lot of things you can't get mad at because there's a lot of things that don't involve money. There's a lot of things that don't involve love. Now, in this sensitive case that it is money or it is love, let's keep our composure. Yeah. Let's stay level-headed. Let's talk like adults. Let's communicate. Let's use our indoor voices.
Hey, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Let's use our indoor voices because we're talking about money.
Yeah. You know, I guess that in itself is a lesson, right? But let's say what's like one of the biggest lessons you've learned in your life? One that you would push on your children?
Without overthinking it, I'll just say make the most of the time. You know, a second ago is already gone.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind at all times. Like, I can name 6 times I was supposed to have died at the hands of somebody else, and I'm still sitting here with you. That comes from that split second to make a decision. I'm just leave it at that. Just be aware of the times. Be present in your own flesh, but be aware of the times, and it's not promised.
Yeah.
You know, you go to sleep and think it's just, the alarm is going to go off when I wake up. Sometimes it ain't that simple.
That's true.
You got to make the most of the time. Breathe, pray, walk away, reset, drink water, cut back on sugar, don't smoke tobacco, don't drink in excess. Get money, fuck bitches.
Get money, fuck bitches. Hell yeah. Look, lastly, I have one last question, but is there something you want to talk about that I haven't brought up? I haven't asked something that you wanted to talk about. It could be anything.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and plug my businesses and what I got coming.
Yeah.
Briefly.
And I could even link them like in the bottom of YouTube.
Beautiful. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Start there. I'll start there. Follow me, Shiver Bruce, SHIVER, last name Bruce, everywhere. I'm on all streaming services. I drop beat tapes. It's one of my passions. I love. People was talking so much about Andre 3000, but he did one album last year that was technically a beat tape. I dropped like 10 of them things. So, and they're different vibes. I got trap beat tapes. I got soulful beat tapes. I got background noise, whatever you need. I got music too, of course. We got songs coming. If you want to collaborate with me, don't hesitate to hit me in the DM. Follow me on Instagram, Shiver Bruce. I prefer you follow me at Shiver, not Shiver, on Instagram. It's better to communicate. I'm on all social media. I'm on all streaming platforms. The Shiver Bruce Company houses United Universe Unlimited, which is basically a media company. We handle merchandising, we handle events, we handle education in different realms. We're trying to bridge the gap between the consumer and the creators and giving people a platform that wouldn't be here otherwise. Short story shorter, or making short films, or giving people a chance to get their stories told. We're doing mini documentaries about different people, collaborating with different people. We got a video game we're developing. I want to talk about that, but next time.
Okay.
Next time we'll talk more about that. If you want to collaborate, we could do music together. I'm trying to send beats. If you hit me in the DM and tell me what you need, send me your email. Say less from there. We'll just get it going. Don't forget to give me my credit. But what else? Moms and Dads United Forever. I need help. Y'all, please go on Instagram and follow Moms and Dads United Forever. It's a nonprofit for those who genuinely care about the mental health of parents and children and want to help in any way, whether it be. So a couple things. One, we plan on doing brunches. We wanted to do it last year, but again, we need assistance. We need manpower. We need people. I can't be the only one preparing a brunch for a whole city. You know, I will, and I'm going to. I'm not about to sit around and wait forever for everybody to help. But I'm trying to do brunches. We're trying to do workshops for the parents and for the kids, teach people how to do a lot of things we know how to do. You know, it'll be nice if kids knew how to do first aid.
Yeah, you know what? And
it'd be nice if kids and adults know how to farm and do creative things like how to work a camera, little things like that, production. That's part of the nonprofit. You gonna say something real quick?
I was, but continue.
So Moms and Dads United Forever. Follow United Universe Unlimited. The label is Music Since 1809. We got short films coming. I'm gonna spoil one. Nah, I'm not gonna spoil none of the short films. Okay. I want to spoil the short films, but it's worth the wait. I can assure you, it's worth the wait. And there's nothing you could do to dodge these. You will see these short films. And I don't care. You won't know it's my company unless you pay close attention. Because again, we have different businesses. There are a lot of films coming. We got music videos coming. We got tours coming. We have so much lined up. If you need me for anything, feel free to hit me up, shiverbruce.com. Hit me on socials. That's pretty much all I got for you for the most part.
You know what? Before I ask the final question, I appreciate you for coming on tonight, taking time out of your day. But lastly, this is one question I'd like to ask everybody on here. You might have heard it before on maybe an Instagram video if you watched the video, but if you had a chance to give the whole world a message, what would it be?
Drink water, get sleep, love on your family, and live with no regrets to the best of your ability, safely. Ooh, one more. If you can get one takeaway, fail responsibly. Wait. I want to say it right.
Go for it.
Fail fast, responsibly. to succeed quicker. Fail fast, responsibly to succeed quicker. Don't be afraid to fail, because you get to that W way quicker. Way quicker. Drink water, get some sleep.
Strong message right there. Well, Shiver, Bruce, I appreciate you for coming on tonight. Pleasure having you on. Thank you guys so much for watching. We out. Later.